of planning teams of COO, CERTIN, and Cyber Peace Foundation for their efforts in building this comprehensive and robust program that is Cyber School.
I'm so sorry to put you on hold. Can we restart it, please? We've just gone live.
Okay, sure.
Great. So very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in this very beautiful afternoon for the launch of #Cyber School, and a joint initiative of COO, CERTIN, and Cyberpeace. I would now like to hand over the baton to Ms. Niyati Verma, Director of Public Policy and Outreach, COO. Niyati, very good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. Over to you for the session.
Thank you so much, Shimoni. A very good afternoon to all our esteemed speakers of the program today and everybody in the audience. I am Niyati Verma, Director of Public Policy and Outreach at COO, and I welcome you all to the launch of Cyber School initiative. India is one of the fastest growing internet markets in the world, and the need to inform and educate users, especially the youth, around cyber hygiene carries tremendous significance. With this aim, we are proud to launch the Cyber School initiative that aims to encourage youth on safe and responsible use of technology, especially social media. Cyber School is a joint initiative of COO, India's multilingual social media app, together with Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, CERTIN, the National Nodal Agency for Responding to Cybersecurity Incidents, and Cyber Peace Foundation, an award-winning civil society organization, think tank of cybersecurity and policy experts. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank esteemed members of planning teams of COO, CERTIN, and Cyber Peace Foundation for their efforts in building this comprehensive and robust program that is Cyber School. I would not like to take much of the time, and I would now like to begin to our esteemed speakers of the session. Moving ahead, I now invite Mr. Rajneesh Jaiswal, General Counsel, Head Legal and Policy, and Chief Compliance Officer of COO to address the audience.
Thank you, Niyati, and namaskar, everyone. My name is Rajneesh Jaiswal, and I head the legal and policy teams at COAP. I don't know if all of you know, and I'm hoping all of you do know, that COAP is India's own multilingual microblogging platform. All of us are very proud of what we do at COAP, and we want to take the microblogging experience from India to the world. COAP has been at the forefront of Bharat Tech, and it is our privilege to work with CERTIN and CPF on this very important part of cybersecurity. This is a fact which I don't know, again, if many people know, there are only 4 countries in the world who are nuclear powers as well as have their own social media platforms. And India is one of them. With COO being one of them, we are in a rare sort of space. And then as flag bearers of this, it also puts a lot of onus on all of us Indians to really be careful about cybersecurity and the practices we follow. We've had a bipolar world, I think, in the last 3 or 4 years. There is pre-pandemic and then there is post-pandemic. I think in the pandemic area, all of us were stuck to our laptops and phones and Netflix and Prime, apart from other things. And this really does open the doors for hackers and other unethical people to really attack our digital infrastructure as well. And certainly not many of us have been taught about this, ingrained about this. The pandemic was certain, and many people may not even know about the basics of cybersecurity. So as I said earlier, it is our privilege to partner with CERTIN as well as CPF and all the universities and schools which are present here for this year-long celebration of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is not something to be scared of, but cybersecurity is certainly these are a bunch of small things which we can implement together and really create a safer internet for ourselves. This program will run for about 11 months, and we are hoping to reach out to at least 4,000 students across India, give them tips and tricks on how to manage their own cyber security, cyber safety, manage their own digital identities, and we are hoping that we can lay the foundation for a much more safer India. And again, as Dr. Sarma ji is here as well, we want to support CERTIN in this mission. The kind of work they've been doing over the last 1.5 to 3 years, and especially during the pandemic period, And in really talking about the vulnerabilities in different, different platforms, and especially helping platforms as well, telling them in advance if something is happening, to keep the digital infrastructure secure is commendable. So again, as a last word, we would like this program to be used, to be experienced by as many people as possible. We'd like to dedicate this to as our contribution to a safer India. This will run for about a year. And again, thankful to CERT-In and folks from CPS, CPF, and all the universities who are being part of it. That's all from me. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Rajneesh, for your really inspiring words. Moving ahead, may I please request Team CPF to play the video message of Major Vineet Kumar, Founder and Global President, CyberPeace Foundation.
Thank you, and it's an honor to be here at the launch of the Cyber School Initiative, a joint initiative of CERT-In, CyberPeace Foundation, and COO. Cyberspace has been a great enabler, and we saw that during COVID times when work from home and online schooling became the new norm. Even it continues till today when we are still in the hybrid mode. But this has given birth to a new set of cyber crimes, a new set of cyber criminals who are attacking the vulnerable communities, especially women, children, young adults, and senior citizens. Also, organizations of all sizes have been under attack, whether small or big. Through the Cyber School Initiative, we wish to empower the vulnerable communities so that they are well aware, and if something goes wrong, they know where to go, what to do, and how to report. So that's the entire aim of the Cyber School Initiative. We wish to have several activities, not just a simple workshop, but activities to engage the netizens in a kind of a dialogue on a peaceful cyberspace and the discussion to keep a safe space online. At CyberPeace Foundation, we have been collaborating with various government, non-governmental organizations to kind of achieve a peaceful cyberspace through outreach, research, capacity building, and even training the law enforcement agencies, LEAs, and judiciary so that they are aware about the new set of crime and investigation techniques. We work with the academia to research on new set of cyber crimes that are happening and then issue advisories also to counter these new set of cyber crimes, working with the policymakers on different policy aspects and the cyber diplomacy aspects. In all, the entire approach has been to make the cyberspace safer and peaceful. And I hope this initiative brings a lot for you. You learn a lot from this initiative, and together we can make a peaceful cyberspace. Thank you so much for your patient hearing.
Thank you very much, Vineet. We know that you joined us, through your video message, but thanks very much for your inspiring message and words. Moving ahead, may I please request Professor Karisidappa, Vice Chancellor, Visvesvaraya Technical University, VTU, to please address the gathering.
Yeah, thank you. Namaste to one and all. Esteemed panelists, my colleague, members from family of VTU, the other participants from various schools and universities, and esteemed colleagues. Greetings from Visvesvaraya Technological University, VTU, Belagavi, Karnataka, which is celebrating its Silver Jubilee year. I must compliment and congratulate CyberPeace Foundation, COO, and the other partner for organizing this cyber awareness program and a very important initiative. We know with the growth of technology, or technologies, we do have challenges. Being a very simple living human being, we are always tend towards committing errors first, then rectifying the same, which is not so in nature. So therefore, we have to be very cautious about the technologies we use and the role we play. And hence, this initiative on cyber security, crime awareness, and also sensitizing the youngsters, especially the student community in this country, become a very important factor. So that is where, Cyber Peace Foundation is playing a very critical role. Team headed by Professor Rao. I think it will go a long way in creating awareness amongst youngsters as well as the others who are using this technology at various technology platforms. You have to be very peaceful in our work environment, and most of our work now related to online, and many of the initiatives, even in terms of education to research, we have been using these technologies quite extensively, and it becomes very sensitive to know the do's and don'ts of ethical practices and the technology usage, and also sensitization towards cybercrime. There are shocking news we all read in newspapers, and also we see in some of the news channels about the impact these kind of illegal activities or unethical practices in online mode impact a lot on young minds. Once if they are disturbed at the very early stage, I think we will have a very big challenge to bring them back to the normalcy. So therefore, a course on this, an initiative like this, will go a long way in each one of our life. Not only the school children or this, even common man, they use so many technologies and so much of internet facilities. Even a simple farmer would use these kind of facilities for his own life and the profession. So therefore, it becomes very important to understand the cyber laws. It becomes very important to understand our own role when we use these kind of technologies, and also the ethical practices. So I feel the universities like VTU, the faculty, staff, and the students will use this facility to the fullest extent, and they equally participate very effectively throughout the program for almost a year now. That's what I heard. For a year, it will be carried out with the various issues. So definitely, I think all the modules will have to be taken up very effectively and learned and practiced. Definitely, it becomes a very important duty of all of us, including administrators or software developers or users, to play a role in this and make a very peaceful use of technology and peaceful growth of the nation. So that's where I think we need to have an impact study on this after a year or so, make a few changes wherever possible in terms of making the technology user-friendly and with very proficient package or software in terms of ethical practices. So I thank all the three organizations for calling me to share some of my thoughts, and I hope all the participants will enjoy the learning and become very responsible users of technologies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. Moving further, may I please request Shri S.S. Sarma, sir, Scientist F and Director Operations Certain, for his special address.
Thank you, co-team, and thank you, CPF team. I'm S.S. Sharma. I'm Director Operations at the Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. Some of the audience may know us. for the purpose of the group of the audience and students particularly joined here, we are the national agency for responding to cybersecurity incidents. And we have a legal mandate under the Information Technology Act 2000 under Section 70B for collection and dissemination of information, incidents, and the trends in the cybersecurity. And we interact with various stakeholders across the Indian cyberspace, like the law enforcement agencies, the service providers, the individual users. We issue alerts and advisories on our website, and we operate a 24/7 incident response help desk, which has a toll-free number. During the presentations, it will be shared with all of you. Now, coming to this particular event, I'm very excited to see that earlier we experimented with KOO and other platforms for creating awareness during the October 2021 National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. I appreciate the efforts of KOO coming forward on their own, interacting with us and joining hands with us and taking our efforts and giving their platform for disseminating our content, for enhancing awareness, creating their own content for enhancing cybersecurity awareness for the users. And later on, during the Safe Internet Day in February 2022, also we disseminated some security content. And we have been earlier working with CyberPeace Foundation. Vineet is a good friend of mine, and we appreciate their efforts for generating content, for creation awareness and doing extensive research on the latest cyber threats and disseminating security awareness material. Now, coming to this current topic, the usage of internet is increasing. We all know it has become a part of our life. The smartphones and the way we are using the smartphones for our day-to-day operations, for e-commerce, getting our goods, etc., and disseminating content and communicating, and then particularly for the financial transactions, we are all using wallets and other banking accounts through our mobile phones. As such, the security of this mobile phone or smartphone becomes very, very important for all of us, where our credentials are processed and our transactions are being processed through the media. Apart from that, we are all now have a dependency on the social media platforms, various kinds of platforms, for generating content, telling about our organization, sending message quickly to the users in spite of all conditions. Particularly during the pandemic, we have seen how social media has been helpful for us in communicating with each other, bringing a belongingness and thinking that we are not in isolated mode. Currently, like I am also isolated, but I am not isolated. Actually, I am connected virtually. So all these mediums helped us in getting connected. At the same time, we have to understand the kind of the negative and criminal mentality and the activities that transpire also came into the internet and the social media platforms. Now, various kinds of crimes are happening. Of course, the social media and internet and the emails are used as a channel to commit these crimes, like phishing and propagation of malware, delivering keyloggers to the users' laptops and mobile phones, and stealing information for conducting final fraud. That's all one kind of thing that happen. Second kind of thing that happens, and this is by human psychology as well as a business also, is particularly where we are not paying attention much, is the child sexual abuse material, CSAM. Internationally, the discussions are happening, particularly in the cybersecurity professionals, to detect and mitigate this content about child sexual abuse. And in India also, we are seeing that various now children are coming on online. And currently, we are seeing the case of bullying and teasing and those kind of things. But if we don't create awareness among children, and we don't sort of keep an eye on activities of children and how they are behaving after their online activities as a parents, then it will become into more and more problematic area there. And we have to sort of be aware of ourselves about the online threats to children and the youth, and also generate awareness amongst them. So as such, 3-4 factors are very much important for us to consider, that we have to encourage students and children to see what is their purpose of going to internet. What for they're going to internet is to only generate see the content, or getting entertained, or getting educated, or what is the purpose. Accordingly, wisely choose the platforms and groups and friends on the platform, and we have to tell them, and we have to create material on the features that are available, particularly on the settings and safety features of the platforms, like the content they post, who sees the contents, how much the content is to be shared, what to be shared, what not to be shared. And while sharing the content also, how can they enable the settings of various platforms so that the content is visible to only to those groups and persons to whom they want that content to be visible, and not simply sharing the content in a free and open manner. And third thing is the safety features and security settings of the platforms that we have to create awareness. And the most last and most important thing is, if anything they observe that is odd, or something very weird, or something the character is troubling them, some online friend is troubling them, where to report, how to report abusive content to the platform itself, how to report abusive content or behavior to the appropriate authorities, and giving them the freedom that you can report, you can tell your feelings and the problem to your teachers in the school and your parents at home freely, and that will be, and appreciating them that about the reporting. This is very much important. And unless we can until we communicate, now the way of we communicate in the physical world and again in the about the cyber world is very, very important. And at the same time, we also have to appreciate the mentality and psychology of the teenagers, and they need their own privacy, and they don't need much of interference from parents or teachers or elders. So we have to respect their privacy and their freedom as well. And at the same time, we have to create awareness among them. This is what is very much important. And I'm sure that organizations will have the material involved on these lines. We have seen the course content. It's very beautifully designed. And we have to encourage about the students and users about see the problems there and think of solutions also, and how we can create the awareness, and let in the schools also disseminate the awareness material, and let the students come up with some solutions, identify the problem, come up with solutions, either technical or kind of by generating content, etc., to create awareness. Those kind of things we have to encourage, and we can see the progress, we can measure the progress, how much awareness we are creating, and then we can progress this, and we can collaborate more with the universities, colleges to create specific capsules and awareness material on the safe usage of the internet. Safe and trusted internet is one of our main key motto of the government of India today. And we will look forward to more greater collaboration with all academia, social media platforms, and the foundation like Cyberpeace Foundation. And I look forward to great learning from this and purpose in this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your really kind words. That was indeed very inspiring. And we will definitely, look into the whole program under your vision. And, we will also keep on measuring the impact and also making this program more successful, and also collaborating on more such programs together with CERT-In and CPF. Can I now request Team CPF to please play the launch video? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Team CPF, for the wonderful launch video. I now hand it over to Mr. Abhishek Singh, Research Associate of Cyber Peace Foundation, to talk about the engagement plan and also propose the vote of thanks. Thereafter, taking us into the next segment of the program, which is with the students about the whole initiative.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I'm
In today's
sorry,
era, the technology.
Abhishek, sorry to interrupt. Mr. Togu Kumaraswamy from the audience. Sir, you are raising your hand. अगर आपके कुछ questions हैं, if you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat. Our honorable panelists would be happy to take that up and and post the launch finishes. Togu Kumaraswamy sir, अगर आपके कोई सवाल हैं, तो एक option आएगा chat का, आप उसमें अपने सवाल लिखें. वहां से हमारे पैनलिस्ट आपके सवालों के जवाब देंगे. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry to interrupt, Abhishek. Over to you.
No problem at all, ma'am. In today's era, the technology has made an impact on all factions of the society, as well as all segments of industry. And the changes in the daily life, because of the technological advancement, cannot be overlooked. We are surrounded by technology ranging from our smartphones to our smart cars, from laptops to internet-enabled devices, the IoT devices. Technology has always been a sword with two edges, as the implication and the use of technology can be as positive as connecting people from all around the world within seconds, and as negative as attacking a nation's infrastructure. Hence, our outlook towards the use of technology has to be critical in approach. As the world enjoys the fruits of technology, it is also threatened by the menace of the same technology. Hence, it is of paramount importance to secure cyberspace both for an individual as well as the nation. In the war against cyber crimes and criminals, our most effective weapon is awareness and knowledge, and instilling the same among the youth of the nation is critical, as today's youth will be the ones taking on the war against cyber criminals in the future. And the sooner we arm them with knowledge and awareness, the sooner they will be able to eradicate the menace of cyber crimes from the cyberspace. And to take the war on cyber criminals efficiently and effectively, we at Cyber Peace Foundation, along with the partner COO and certain Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, are proud to launch the #Cyber School initiative. This pan-India year-long initiative aims at spreading cyber awareness, capacity development of children through a strategic and coordinated college students awareness and sensitization initiatives, coupled with strengthening law enforcement actions in events of any crimes committed. This initiative will be influential in informing the youth of various threats that prevail in the cyberspace and how to safeguard themselves from the same. At the same time, we are opening the world of new possibilities for the youth in terms of skills and jobs, which in turn will strengthen the innovation and entrepreneurial spirit of the country and will engage more youth towards innovation. And now, a note for all the student viewers out there. If you have attended our #school class today, you stand a chance to win a coveted internship with COO and with CPF. To participate, just follow the following steps. Join the COO app, follow COO policy, COO for Good, Certain, and Cyber Peace Foundation on COO. Now, COO it by sharing your experience from your #cyberschool class. Tag all the mentioned handles, including #cyberschool. Get maximum likes and be eligible to win #cyberstar of the month. Winners for the internship will be announced on overall basis or an engagement of overall basis. I would now like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the team of Cyber Peace Foundation, COO, and Certain for taking on this initiative, and a special thanks to Ms. Niyati Verma, Director, Public Policy and Outreach, COO, Mr. Rajneesh Jaiswal, Head Legal and Policy, General Counsel and Chief Compliance Officer, COO, Major Vineet Kumar, Founder and Global CEO, Cyber Peace Foundation, Professor Karisirappa, Vice Chancellor, Vishwarasya Technical University, Mr. S.S. Sharma, Scientist F. Certain, Ms. Anandita Mishra, Cyber Expert and Consultant, Cyber Peace Foundation, Dr. Yella Venkat, MTech PhD and Professor in CSC and Vice Principal, BVC College of Engineering, Rajmundry, Andhra Pradesh, for gracing us with their presence and providing the audience with a keen opinion and outlook regarding the cyberspace in the country. The deep outlook towards the vulnerability of the children will help our audience to understand the on-ground realities and therefore encourage them to take up cyber safety and security in a much more meaningful way. We hope this initiative turns into an astounding success and impacts the youth at large. Stay cyber safe, stay cyber secure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abhishek. I think